ladies, James Brown and Coach John Burd, head coach of the Hart County Lady Raiders. Coach Burd, first we want to thank you, as we have all the coaches, for taking time out of your day to come and do this interview. Before we get started into the preview, just wanted to take a minute and let you kind of give the audience a chance to understand the value and who Dia Bradley really is.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. High school sports a lot of times doesn't get the press, and you all doing this is, it's really appreciated. But Dia Bradley, definitely, in my opinion, of course I'm biased, but she's one of the better players in the state. Not only in the state, but in the region, of course. But the young lady just brings a talent to the floor that makes the whole team better. And, she, and I've said it, she got 2 or 3 games where she had several rebounds, and she could have had triple doubles if we had other ladies to step up and make some shots to get those assists up there. But she does a really good job. She comes to practice ready to practice, and she's a leader in that aspect, and just an overall talent. And she's pushed at home. Parents support her well. If there's something to be done, they'll do it. Coach Bradley, he helps me, and we snickered in the locker room one time. She got a little bit of tweak of the ankle. And I don't know if it was a tweak, it swelled up, but and I said, girls, be ready because you may have to step up. Dia may not be able to go, and Paul immediately just snickered under his breath real loud. but that's the mentality that they have. She's going to play. She means a lot to our program, the school. She's been voted homecoming queen, princess. You name it. It's not just a basketball person you get here. It's an overall person that is a really, really good person in the classroom, out in the community, and on the floor.
If I'm not mistaken, she went out and played soccer too, which is
yes.
Probably made you a little bit nervous.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it does say something about her to me, because she went out and played a sport that she did well at. But obviously
yes.
Basketball's her number one.
Definitely, with her quickness and she excelled at it too. You look on the website about, goals scored and assists. She excels at that. So I'm going to try to get her back out on the track too, because early in the years, it's a little nervous with the weather and everything, pulling this, and but hopefully we can get her back out on the track to run some track, because she's
trying to get a wing at everything.
That's correct.
Coach, we know that the girls' side of the 18th District Tournament is probably as more wide open than it has been for several years.
Yes, that is correct. I mean, it's any given night, something can happen. We're battling right now for that number 1 seed. We were lucky enough to fight off Greene County at their place to get the upper hand on that situation, as far as having the deciding game. And then we haven't played the LaRue County game yet, but we still have to win that one in order to get that first seed. So we're all battling, so it could go either way on any given night.
Okay, so if you guys end up being the first seed, of course you'll play Caverna in the first round.
Correct. Last
year, probably one of the most nerve-wracking games that you've probably coached in the first round of the district.
Absolutely.
At Caverna. How do you think you'll fare if you end up with the number 1 seed? How do you think you'll fare against Caverna in that first round? You always factor in rivalry, of course. You can always throw those records out. They could step up and beat anybody, because you have one of the better players in the region, Kayleana Richardson. She's a tall, lanky guard that can score in different ways. I mean, she can shoot the three, she'll take you to the basket, and score from the free throw line. So, and then you have Tavi Gonzalez that could anchor the paint. On a given night that she gets her hands on the ball, and she can go get the rebound, and then you're having some other girls that
are getting more experience that they haven't had, and yes, their talents hadn't been shown, but they're getting better with that. And at this time of the year, like you said, the first round last year, it was very exciting, and it could very well be the same way this year.
The first seed's not locked up, but I mean, what do you think has been the key to why this has been so tight this year in the 18th district?
I just think the experience factor type deal. You got a lot of new players stepping up and playing. Even though I've got 4 seniors on our team, there is some experience, but then again, you got some new kids coming along, and just like Coach Line said earlier, injuries and sickness. We haven't been healthy the last 2 games we have, but since December the 21st, we've had injuries, we've had sickness, and 2 games ago, that was the first time we've actually had our whole team out on the floor, practice floor, and when you don't, and you have to start moving players to different spots, it's kind of hard because they don't adapt as much as some of those college kids that you might see.
I'd say outside of Bardstown, Bethlehem, traditionally speaking, watching these girls across the region, I'd say that they are probably going to be the favorite to win the region.
Yeah, I would think so.
But if you had to pick a team or two that could slide in there and maybe dethrone them, who are some teams in the region that you think could do that?
Well, I said it at the first of the year, and then they haven't been playing that well. They had a really good coach, then he kind of stepped out right before the season, and that's Nelson County. They've got a lot of ability, a lot of kids that can score. Now, they did have a major injury to one of their better players with an ankle. She's starting to come back. But I think they could throw a wrench in somebody's gear if they get to clicking on all cylinders, because they had a couple players that were rated real high by the coaches in the region banquet that we had. And then Taylor County, you can't count Taylor County out. They could go 8 to 10 deep and not bat an eye. And, they've got some kids that can put the ball in the basket, and that's what it's all about. And they're solid on defense. They don't beat themselves. They don't get out of position. They don't turn the ball over. I really feel like they could be, a contender. And there's some outside. You never count out the 17th district. North Hardin, they've been playing well. They got a couple kids that can really score. So there's several different ones out there. I think any given night could come up and surprise somebody.
Now, the district and the region are all being held at Hart County. Is that correct?
The boys region is. Yeah, we kind of, Taylor County got in a rotation, so I think Taylor County's got the regional, but we do have the district.
Coming into the season, what were the expectations for your team?
Coming in, we were coming off the heels of being one of our better teams, and then we had a young lady that tore her ACL, and that was a big blow for us. But we still had expectations of, of course, you always want to say, we want to win the district, and then we want to go in and make some noise in the region. And that's always been the case, because when you have your leader being out there of Dia Bradley, she stirs the drink pretty well and gets everybody involved. We just got to have those others to knock down shots and defend and do those things. So we were pretty excited about playing in the second, third round of the regional tournament.
And then this is the knockout game, that first round game. No matter who you play, and you guys know each other so well through the year and years a lot of times. What are the keys to being successful in that knockout game? Well,
one thing about it is, being focused and know what you're going out to do. And focus is what I try to tell them. And use the big 3 E's, and that's energy, effort, and enthusiasm. And if I can get those young ladies to bring that every night, and they'll probably laugh if they ever see it, but I stress that so much. And they just look at me and laugh, and I'm like, you watched Metcalfe County last night. They brought it, and we didn't, so we got the result of that one.
All right, Coach, we really appreciate you stopping by. Good luck to you in the tournament, and hopefully if you make it to the regional tournament, good luck to you, and we'll be looking forward to having you on soon.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity.